I can't be like you're like a good baby father and like a good man. Like I haven't seen it for me in my life.
So recently we had Omarion, brother. He just had he was on a podcast and he revealed something that was kind of surprising to me, but I would love to get your thoughts on this. He basically stated that he cannot be a good dad and a good boyfriend, aka a good partner. And so I'm just curious, what exactly does that mean when someone say they can be a good dad or a good partner and a good partner? Let me say that.
I mean, a man's time is limited. He can either, clap the cheeks or be a good dad. That's all he's got time for. It's very limited, and we have to respect that man's time. So, being full time, being a dad, and being an active father, and taking him to camp and practice, that takes a lot of time. So he's like, I can't be here for you. I'm sure he can be there like after 9. That he's probably because the kid's gonna be asleep then. So the after 9 to maybe 2 or till the kid gets up in the morning for class, then that he's available then. But otherwise, that's the best he's got, and hopefully he told her that sooner rather than later. Than not tell her. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. So hey, shout out to him for time management and transparency. So
he gonna tell her
you shake. Yeah, you shake your head, SNL.
You gonna tell him after the baby?
Yeah, that's afterwards. What I'm saying. I was like, he told her after the baby.
Okay,
he told her after. He didn't tell her before. He told her after. So,
the timing wasn't that great.
Time wasn't that great.
She's giving you the side eye.
We're here now. We're here.
She's giving you the side eye.
I am giving you mad side eye, and not only that, I'm also giving you the froggy frown face too. But it's okay.
Froggy frown face.
Do we have a little bit of? I was about to jump in just a little bit. Do we have a little bit of understanding for the fact that at least he was honest? Like, at some point he decided to tell the truth, and he wanted to make sure that she understood that I can only be great at one of these things. Don't expect too much from me. And I think that it's hilarious that, that someone would even think that, right? I don't necessarily agree, but I respect the fact that he had the ability to be honest and upfront with her.
Yes. Now listen. I feel like I got to put some context to it, okay? This brother was talking about Jhene Aiko, okay? It wasn't just a random shorty he was talking about. He was talking about Jhene Aiko. You dig what I'm saying? So, I was like, bro, what happened? You know what I'm saying? But then as I sat there, as I normally do, I took my judgment away. And I wanted to empathize with what he was really saying. And I think what he was saying was with the dynamics of that relationship left him in such a position to where he had to make a choice because he couldn't be in a relationship with her and probably succumb to what she needed in the relationship sense, right? And then also be seen as a good dad, right? Because if you really think about what he's saying, this is not Nick saying this, but I can read between the lines. He's saying that, listen, I could be a good dad. Right. But if I'm in a relationship with you and I'm not living up to your expectations in the relationship, then not only will I not be a good boyfriend or significant other, but I won't be a good dad either. You know what I'm saying? And how many men can relate with that fact, right? The fact that no matter what you do for your child, if you're not fucking around with that woman like that, she's going to look at you as anything but a child of God. So when I dug deep, I was like, oh, that's what he's saying. Now, was he the most articulate? No. You know what I mean? I mean, the last time I saw him and his brothers was eating like, I think, was it pineapples or some shit on stage? But that's not the point. The point is that young man was figuring himself out. And can you imagine what it was like to be in a relationship with Jhene Aiko? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's Omarion's brother. He didn't want to be a manservant the rest of his life, did he? You know what I mean? He gonna walk around like A$AP Rocky. I mean, not quite, but you get what I'm saying. So I empathize with what you're saying, and kudos to him. Kudos to him for recognizing that he did not want to be carrying old girl's purse and recognizing no matter what he did, it wasn't going to be good enough. So he chose being a dad, and kudos for him and men who make that choice in a difficult situation. Yes.
So let me just go ahead. Like I said, I'm going to be a little toxic today. First of all, what the hell? I don't understand this whole phenomena of saying I can't be a good dad and a good partner. Because when you laid down and you decided to have sex and procreate, was you thinking that then? And if that's the case, and really quickly, although you threw that mad shade at ASAP, I'm just going to say this. We calling him Omarion's brother. So
That
he's already
speaks
carrying the purse for
volumes.
somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So,
a man purse.
so that tells you it ain't matter what type of relationship in, because he's already the sidekick anyways. So with that being said,
Yes.
with that being
You
said,
don't be a sidekick to somebody.
okay. So with that being said, though, on the positive side, he do have some positive points, right? He did own up to the fact that he could either be a absentee father or he can be a good father, right? Because that's the only way I see it. You absentee or you're a good father. There's no in betweens, right? And so I appreciate the fact that he's choosing to be a good father. Matter of fact, he should be a great father at this point or along the way, because he's given up his relationships. And I hope that means he's given up all relationships, because that means if he want to continue to be a good father, he can't show up in any of his relationships as a good partner. So women, if you hear this, make sure, I understand he's Omarion's brother and you might want that proximity to Omarion. I understand that, but make sure you heard his words on this interview and recognize that he's telling you off the bat that I ain't gonna be a good partner because I gotta be a good daddy. And I appreciate that good daddy part. Go ahead, be that good daddy that you want to be.
Oh, y'all clearly did not hear what I just said, right? And this is what's so typical about these dynamics and relationships, right? No wonder he left Jhene Aiko, because if she was this dense about what he was saying, I would leave too. What are we talking
Where's
about?
the dense in it?
Right. How did she become dense from his decision?
No, okay, let me ask y'all a quick question, right? Do y'all not think that there are some women that no matter what you do as a father, that if the relationship just No. I'm talking about, right, because S&M was like, she don't understand, and I just broke it down, right? So I'm like, okay, let's slow walk it then, right? Are y'all saying that y'all don't
You broke it down
understand?
on an assumption.
No, I'm giving you a scenario where he is saying that, hey, man, like, in this relationship, I can't do both. So I'm not making any assumption. That's what he said. I'm just
He
trying to
didn't say in
provide.
this relationship. He said he couldn't
can't
be
be
in
both,
any
period.
relationship.
He was at the time he was talking about the relationship where he has a child with. I thought it was Jhene Aiko. Does he have a child with another woman? I mean, if he has,
I'm
then I'll
just
shut up.
saying.
If he's talking about having a child and it's only with Jhene Aiko, then he's talking about that relationship. But take it off him for a second. I'm asking y'all, forget him for a second. Do y'all not think that there is some women that despite how good of a father they are, that they discount it because the relationship does not work out? Is that a thing or no?
This is about the brother not being good at being multitasking and doing two things at once. I really hate that we're trying to find a reason to validate this nigga. This is horrible. This is horrible.
Mr. I hate whataboutism, but then you're doing some
we're not doing
whataboutism
that this
himself.
week.
What you mean? I mean, listen, y'all can't get past y'all judgment, and that's fine.